Hey guys, I'm Keith Warr, and today is July the 4th, 2016, and welcome to another episode of Homeless in Titusville. And today we're being joined by, what's your name?
Greg Davis.
Greg Davis.
Yes.
So Greg, how long have you been homeless?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow. That's like, is this your first time you've ever been homeless?
First time.
And how old are you?
65.
You're 65, you're a senior citizen, and you're homeless. Do you have any income?
I have Social Security.
So you do. You have Social Security. And what were the circumstances? How did you become homeless? Were you living somewhere?
I lived with a gentleman. I rented a room from him for 6.5 years. And about a month ago, the medication I was on for my COPD and my asthma gave me hallucinations. And I got so bad one night, Kevin called the ambulance. They came pick me up, took me to Parish Medical. And they kept me for 3 days to get me calmed down, find out what was wrong, and told them it was the medication they had given me before caused hallucinations. I was seeing things that weren't there. Anyway, when I got out of the hospital, they gave me a courtesy ride back to where I was staying, and Kevin had bags packed, a few things of mine, and out on the front porch, and the lady that took me back home, I thought, Kevin told her to come get it. She went up there and got it because I'm on a cane. And she dropped me off over there where you found.
Next to the Exxon station at Barna and 50.
Right, correct. At the old Eckards, from what I was told. Mm-hmm. And I was told it was originally the police station. And took my stuff out of a van, and the courtesy van from Parish, and dropped me off there, and I've been sleeping on the ground. And if I need anything, I have a acquaintance who's a former cab driver here in town. Mm-hmm. And he would pick me up and take me to Walmart when I needed to get, toothpaste or whatever, something. Because at the building I was staying at, they had running water, no electricity. But anyway, that's my story there. It's been rough. I've never been homeless before. Never.
It's kind of strange because you and I know each other through somebody, which is the guy you were renting the room from, right. Kevin. And I will have to say, if anyone out there has a room for Greg, that you're a normal guy, that you aren't thrown out because of something you did. Kevin is somebody with mental illness, and he's had brain surgery and yes. whatnot. And Kevin is legitimately mentally ill, and I'm really surprised that you lasted 6 years over there with him. I just really feel for you, because I know that this situation you're in right now, you find yourself in, is through no fault of your own.
Right.
I'm sure of that. So when do you get your Social Security? What day of the month?
Third Wednesday of every month.
So if somebody had a room or an apartment for rent, you wouldn't be able to do anything until the third Wednesday of the month.
The third Wednesday of every month, whatever day whatever number of the calendar. This month I know it's the 20th is a Wednesday, and that's when I get paid. So I can pay rent the third Wednesday of every month.
So really you're looking at, no matter what, pretty much 16 more days of homelessness.
Right, exactly. And
so what have you been feeding yourself? How have you been making it?
When I was staying over there at that building,
at the old Eckerd,
the old Eckards, I would have people come by and just stop and say, "I'll buy you lunch," or they'd bring me food. And if not, they gave me money. It wasn't a lot, maybe $10 here, $5 there. My acquaintance friend, Brian, the taxi cab driver, he would come over, pick up some money from me, whatever the kind people would drop off, and go down to McDonald's or Taco Bell or wherever, even to Publix, and get me a sandwich or something to eat and bring it back to me, because it's hard for me to get around.
Because you're disabled too.
I'm disabled. I've had a hip replacement, my left hip here, and I get around okay, but not great, as you know. Seeing me, I can't walk through grass in places because I don't know where there's holes, walking with a cane. So I try to stay on concrete, and believe me, I've fallen a lot of times and bruised up and banged up, but you know, I'm okay. I just have to take it easy.
I see you have a wristband from the hospital.
Yeah, that's an allergic. I haven't been able to get it off. I have my original band that has my name here. I'll show you.
That's okay. That's okay. You know, for the purposes of this video, you can just leave it in your bag. But you know, when was the last time you were hospitalized?
June 10th.
June 10th. And you were in there, you said, for the asthma and the COPD?
COPD and hallucinations caused from one of the medications I was taking from the previous month when I was at Parish. They had prescribed to help me to breathe. Well, this medication, if you read, once you read it, the paperwork comes with it, it says causes hallucination. Well, I have not taken it the last 2 weeks, and I don't have...
Because you're homeless, and God forbid, what could happen if you took it and you're out on the street?
Right. So I forced myself not to take this medication, and because I don't want to hallucinate or get hit by a car crossing the street.
Right.
So I have one young lady who stops by every morning between 11 and noon and brings me a pitcher full of ice water. You know, out of a Gatorade bottle or whatever. She fills it with ice, water, and it being in the heat, it lasts maybe 2 hours. You know, the ice is already melted.
Right.
But every morning, God bless her, she doesn't give me any money. I don't ask for anything.
Right.
She just automatically drives by and gives me water. She brings me sandwiches. The other night, she brought me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Wow.
And my acquaintance Brian, the ex-taxi cab driver, took me to go do laundry so I could wash the few things that I have, because Kevin gave away everything I had while I was gone. I mean, he got rid of all my stuff, furniture, everything that I had there at the house. So...
Now, what about family to take in? Is there anyone who knows that you're homeless?
My family has passed away. Mom and dad, sister, they've all passed away. I have no aunts, well, cousins, all in Texas. I haven't spoken to them in probably 40 years. So nobody knows. Nobody knows that I'm alive, other than you and a few other acquaintances around town. And a couple of people that have stopped by there at Old Eckards.
So tell me about your home life, your family life. Have you been married? Do you have any children?
I have one son. He's 42. That was from my first marriage from 1972. And he lives in Orlando. I haven't spoken to him in 10 years, 11 years. It's indifferences, you know. He has his life now. He does what he wants, and that's okay with me, as long as he's happy. He's got 3 children.
And what would you say to somebody in your family, a family member, who saw this video and saw that you were homeless? Is there anything you would like them to know, or?
I just hope that they're happy and okay. If they feel like they could take me in and help, I can help them out. But, you know, if they want to stay aloof or whatever you call it, away from me, that's fine. I just want them to be happy.
Right.
You know, as far as my condition, something will happen for the good. I'm not going to preach, but I'm going to say God looks after everybody. And for some reason I'm here, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
are you supposed to be on oxygen or any other?
The only thing I take over the counter is Primatene tablets for my asthma and COPD so I can breathe. I take one pill in the morning. It's supposed to last 4 hours, but for me it lasts all day because I try to stay relaxed, stay out of the way. I don't talk a lot. I'm just a very quiet person. That's who I am. I try to stay out of your way, anybody else's way. If you want to talk, I'll talk to you. If you don't, then I won't either. I'm not going to throw myself in your face.
Wow.
That's just the way I am. I like to be quiet and helpful. If you want to get help, I can help a little bit, like wash dishes or do laundry, as long as I can be on my cane and close to something I'm going to hang on to in case I fall, because I fall quite a bit when I'm in an open area where, you know, if I lose steadiness on my cane, at least I have a wall to stop myself.
Right.
So
it's got to be quite dangerous being homeless now, having a hard time getting around and, you know, trying to find a bathroom. I would imagine that's got to be quite a challenge.
Yeah, it is. I know one day, almost a month ago, I was at Walmart and I was walking back up 50, headed towards the Exxon station, which is, 2.5 miles at the most. It took me 6 hours to get from Walmart to Publix, that new Publix on 50.
Wow.
And by the time I got through the parking lot at Publix, the manager at the store, Mary, told me to sit down on one of their portable carts. I was completely sunburnt walking into the sun in the morning from 6 in the morning until almost noon. And she went inside and got me a huge ice water and a couple of bananas and told me to sit there. I sat there for 4 hours and she kept on coming outside and checking on me. And her employees, you know, the bag boys.
Right.
In my day it was called a bag boy.
Right.
They would check, Greg, are you okay? They all knew my name.
Right.
By the end of the day, they all knew my name. And they would go in occasionally. One time, one of the employees came out with a Gatorade and said, "This is from Mary." Put it down beside me. It was Gatorade.
Very nice people over there at the Publix.
Very good people. Very nice. And I said, "Are you sure you don't want me to move?" And Mary told me, she said, "Greg, you stay there as long as you want." So I was there about 4 hours and got up and walked across the street to the old Eckerts there and sat down on the public bench in front of the building. And there's no signs that says no trespassing, you know, no loitering, no nothing.
Right.
It's just
an abandoned property.
Abandoned property. So I've been staying there, and at night I'd sleep on the ground. I have a thin little blanket or whatever you want. It's not really a blanket, it's a throw. And use one of my plastic bags that had some clean clothing in it as a pillow.
Yeah.
And I'd get it eat up at night by mosquitoes, but I'm surviving. I'm still here. So I try to smile, but it's kind of hard.
You're a very normal person who's had a very normal life up until recently, and I think this kind of shows that homelessness can happen to anybody at any time.
Yeah, I've never been homeless in my life. I've always had a house, a place to live. I was raised by wonderful parents, you know, and
you were telling me that you're German.
I'm German.
And that your parents were American service members.
Right.
And they adopted you.
And they couldn't have children, so on their 13th anniversary, they adopted me from an orphanage in Heidelberg, Germany. Mannheim. Dad was stationed at Heidelberg. He was a retired captain, God rest his soul. And they adopted me because they couldn't have children of their own. So they're my mom and dad as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned. They've always been my mom and dad.
And you don't have any brothers and sisters?
No. So, I'm an only child. But
is there anything that you need right now? Is there like one thing that somebody could give you that would make being out here for the next, I mean, other than a place to stay, which, you know, God help you and maybe somebody will contact me and say, hey, they have a room or somewhere you can stay temporarily. But is there something that you could use while you're out there right now that would make your existence a little more comfortable? Is there any food items? Is there any clothing? Is there anything that you really are noticing that you really need on the street?
the only thing I really need is food and water. That's the only thing. And the gracious people that have stopped by to see me while I'm sitting on that bench have brought me water, brought me food. Even I had a homemade ziti a couple of nights ago.
Wow.
A lady, Amy, God bless her soul, sent her husband and son up with a plate full of ziti, homemade ziti, and they dropped it off, and Amy couldn't make it because she was still at home with her daughter and other son, while her husband and youngest son came and brought me food.
Wow.
I don't know where they live. I see them head up Barna,
right,
towards the old Publix, but I have no idea, and I'm not going to ask questions. I just thank Mary, bless her, Mary. I keep saying Mary? I'm thinking it's Amy and her husband. They always bring me water. She brings me water every morning, ice water.
Wow.
And at nighttime between 5 and 7, I can always tell by my watch and look at it and see what time. They always bring me something. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's wonderful.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, they didn't have to do that, but they do it. I don't know where they're driving from, other than Barna, and they stop by twice a day, and that's happened for the last couple of weeks.
Wow.
And I just thank them. I say, you don't have to do this.
Wow.
And they don't say anything. They just do it out of the love of their heart. You know.
It's nice that somebody's looking out for you.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to help you out, make things a little easier.
And then yesterday, there's one officer out of all the police that passed by me there on the old Eckarts, have gone around me, come in the parking lot, past me, and I'll wave to them, and they keep on driving. So one officer yesterday told me to get off the property. I said, sir, that's a public bench. There's no signs. He was kind of nasty to me. He told me to just leave. So I turned around and got my shopping cart and walked across the street to the Exxon. So, because I know a person that works there. And I'll go in.
You know Phil, because Phil's been on my show.
Oh, has he? Okay. Yeah, Phil's very nice. So's Mike, the owner of the place. I'll go in and get a bottle of water. And I go next door to the CPA. They're closed today, and they were closed yesterday. But I sat there, and last night I slept there on the sidewalk at the CPA right next to Exxon. So that's about it. That's what I'm doing here. Yes.
All right. Well, hey, look, we appreciate you giving us a minute to get to know you. And if you guys have any help or you know of anyone who has a room for rent or somebody who can help Greg out, Greg does have income. He does have Social Security. He is 65 years old. He is a senior citizen. And we really appreciate you guys watching and the help you have. And we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.